wow, looking back at what happened and transpired with the whole tampering thing with the Lakers and Magic Johnson over Paul George, PG 13. PG 13? This is what this is all about? For real? Wow, it's just to me, it's just not even necessary. It's like it's Paul George. Who cares about him? But let's look at it. Remember when the Big Three was around? That was one of the biggest collusion in the sports history. And Bosh, LeBron, and Wade, that whole circus that surrounded it, that was got to be tampering by any means, shape, and form. I mean, when you look at what happened with 500 grand and he's not even on their team, that's why I'm like, wait a minute, they didn't even, he's not even on their team. He's in Oklahoma City. It's like, my goodness. Like, I remember they hit what? The Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks and the Sacramento Kings got it in 2013, and Cuban got it one year. And he hit Phil Jackson with a tampering thing. But none of those involved tampering. Now, here's what it is. The NBA's anti-tampering rule prohibits teams from interfering with other teams' contractual relationships with NBA players, including by publicity, expressing interest in a player who is currently under contract with another team, or informing the agent of another team's player or interest by one's own team in that player. That specification clearly leaves a loophole for players to collaborate with other players regardless of their contract status. It's an open secret in the league that all these talks, when players get together and start discussing going to other teams and all this stuff, which I told you before, should be punishable as well. It's collusion. But that's always been a gray area because it's always going to be hard to prove. For the most part, people don't keep in mind that some of the notable player to player recruiting things that they do, to get people over is technically always been done this way anyway. People's like, man, yo, we should go doing this. What's your players like? So the players doing this is going to be harder to monitor. But when you look at LeBron James and what he's done, which is basically take the rule, bend it to his will, and create and form teams that he want and be able to go to other teams and steal players from them and collude to get them. And the league knew this was happening, but they seem to be okay with it because they like having LeBron James in the NBA Finals because it brings ratings. So any way he needs to find to get himself to the NBA Finals, he does. So this whole narrative about him being so great of making players break, no, he just takes a bunch of good players and put them on a team and said, okay, we can get to the NBA Finals now. So I don't see where the greatness is. Greatness should be you overcoming obstacles. When you can't overcome an obstacle, you go and try to manipulate the league into getting over the obstacle instead of actually doing it and handling the business on the basketball court where it's supposed to be handled and the business supposed to take place. So that's the only thing that baffles me here is how collusion is allowed. But tampering? Really? There's no greater tampering in the league than collusion. But all right, I get it. Guess there's nothing we can do about it, right? I'm out.